Okay, welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee. This is a live show on Ustream.tv. If you're watching the recording on YouTube, thanks for being here live, and thanks for watching the recording. I'm talking to a live chat with mostly awake live people. West Coast might not be awake yet, but I stream every Monday and pretty much every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, Coffee and Art in the Morning. And yeah, so we're going to finish up the DayDreams page today and maybe work on some bin something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Jean. So yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I tried to say good morning to everybody before I hit record. I try to do that every show. And if I see you pop in, I'll say hi to you. If you want to talk to me during the show, put it in caps, guys, so I can know that you're talking to me. Otherwise, the chat rolls by pretty darn quickly. Just saying. Okay, so we're going to Monday we worked in DayDreams, and I will zoom in when we get to coloring. But we worked on this page right here, and I want to try to at least get a big bulk of it done. Okay, why am I getting a sunglass message? I don't sign up for anything with sunglasses. Please tell me I'm not getting spammed on my messages. Okay. Hey, Sue. Okay. Yeah, some new people come in with just anonymous numbers until they change their name. So, hi, Sue. Welcome. Good to have you for the first time here. Sit back and color. Or whatever you do. We do a little bit of everything here. Art, journaling, mixed media, coloring, drawing, painting. We do a little of everything. We try to appeal to everyone at some form, at some time or another. So everybody's welcome. And thanks everybody for being here from around the world. Okay, so we're going to finish this today. We did this much on Monday. All I've done since Monday is, y'all saw me starting to go around the edge with the black. I just finished that with the black Pit pen. This is done in acrylic paint. This is color pencil. And if you missed this first part, it's recorded. So we're going to work on this again today. And I think this will be part 3. I think it'll be part 3. So, yeah, I want to finish that. But yesterday, in between working on commissions, I took a break. I took a break from my commissions to color. So I did another page. Let me get the book so you can see. I did another page in a Bennett Klein book. The first one I did was in color, my sketchbook 1. And this is number 3. So this is the one that I did yesterday. I did post it. Oh, it's going to flash out a little, guys. Hang on. Let's see if I can fix that. It gets really light when I put something it doesn't like under the camera. There we go. It's a little better. Anyway, and I just put it on a piece of black cardstock. I tore it out of the book. And I'll put it in, like I did the Oh Dear. I'll put it in a sleeve, you know. So anyway, and I use stickles. The stickles doesn't really photograph very well as like gold or silver. So it's nice to see it on camera. There's the true color. It's very, it's black. You know, it's black acrylic paint. And then I just did a little bit of color pencil nebulization. And then you can see the glitter there. And it's a little mouse. He slayed a dragon. The background of this is all white normally. So I painted in the sky and the stars and some clouds, like he's walking on the clouds. So, yeah. So I finished him yesterday. It didn't take too long. It didn't take near as long as the Oh Dear, because there was, in the Oh Dear, there's so many little elements, individual elements to color, whereas this, you know, it was just the 3 things, really. The background, the dragon, and the little mouse. So I think the background took longer than anything. So anyway, yeah, Angie Bell. So I did tweet it and I posted, and Bennett Klein commented on it. So that was nice. on his Facebook group. So yeah, that will go in the sleeve now that the stickles is dry. So I'll put it in the sleeve. I am cutting these out as I do them, taking them out of the Bennett Klein books and putting them in a book. I'm making my own book of finished ones. So anyway, so that's that, how that's going. And we'll see, yeah. Then there's some books like this one that are, it's a hardback, you know, and it just is conducive to just leaving it in the book and almost like finishing the book, right? There's a few books like this that I won't cut things out of. And then there's some books I'll cut things out and actually cut out individual elements and use them in the either the napkin journal or the collage mixed media Dilutions journal that I use color book pages in. So yeah. And then another update I want to tell you about Annie V, our Annie V. Remember, she sent those beads to Boo, and she sent us some color books and different things over the time. And she's another one that's not on any social media at all, but she watches when she can. Well, after she sent Boo those beads, let's see, I don't think I can, well, I'll try to show you on the phone, but I know it's going to flash out. That's why I always try to send my pictures to the iPad to show you. But I'll show you this one. Anyway, so I took Denise took a picture of me and Boo around all the beads that Annie V. I was going to have Boo come here and show you all the stuff that she sent, but we never got a chance to do that. Here's Boo right there with all the beads. That's a good one. And so yeah, so there's Boo with all the beads that Annie sent her. Tons and tons of beads. And so Boo took them out of the little jars, put them in different jars, and it was reorganized. And so I call Boo now the bead chemist. Okay, hang on, guys. Let's see. There we go. I'm calling Boo the bead chemist because she was like, it was like a little, she had like a little thing going on where she was moving beads around. Anyway, so Annie V sent Boo those beads. I sent her the pictures of Boo digging into the beads. And so Boo gave me one of her bracelets. You know, this is the one that I have of Boo's. This one right here. But she had a turquoise stone one. So we sent that one to Annie V. And so she got it. Well, anyway, so Annie emailed me back, told me that she got the bracelet from Boo and to thank Boo. And so she says to tell all the fibs hi. She said, tell all the fibs hi. Right now she has a house full of guests. All her family. She has family in the UK and family in the States, and she has all her family here. She sent me pictures. I'm not going to show you her family pictures, but she has all her family there, and so she has a big house full. She goes, I haven't been able to be on because it's the summer, you know, everybody's there, but she did want to tell you guys all hi. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, she said to tell you all the fibs hello. So I'm passing it on from Annie, and I'm going to use another one of my little trays here. Okay, I froze for a second, guys. I'm going to use I have these little porcelain trays that I use for watercolor. I got another one for my pencil shavings. And anyway, it's just about the right height to hold the book up flat so it doesn't like curve on you guys while I'm coloring it. So I think we'll do that. I think that's all the updates at the moment. We'll probably get mail coming in the next hour, so we'll see if my mailman's scanner works this time. Although I stood out there till he got it done. He just had a glitch in it. He had to reprogram it or whatever they do, reset it. And so he got all my mail scanned last Monday, or on Monday, as y'all saw. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm having to stand out here for 5 minutes. Yeah, I know, Grammy, right? Hey, Eileen. Good to see you. Happy hump day to you too, Eileen. Oh, let's see if I can find, where's my hump day? I probably won't be able to put my hands right on hump day. Hump day camel. Let's see if I can find hump day camel. I don't really post it anymore. I used to post it like every Wednesday. Hump day. But let's see if I can find it. Where are you? No, I'm not fine. I'm not putting my hand right on it. Oh well. The hump day poster. But good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And hey, Colleen. So yeah, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to zoom in. We're going to work some more on this. And then maybe we'll do, I don't know, something with Ben's studio scraps or something, or another color book page, or maybe both. We'll see how much time we have. Sometimes Joycey streams at 1. Sometimes she doesn't. So, hey, Vicky. How you doing? Vicky was down in Louisiana in the flood. She had to leave her house for a while, but now she's back home. So hopefully, the hump is hiding. That's right, Eileen. So hopefully you're okay, Vicky. I haven't heard just no power. Oh my gosh, are you on data? Are you here on data, Vicky? Oh my gosh, I hope you have unlimited data. Hope everybody's okay. I know you had some friends that got flooded. Okay, so I guess we'll get started, and I'm sure Vicky and Eileen will update you guys on how they're doing. And I'm glad to see that Eileen's back. Eileen has to keep Terry out of trouble. Do you know, okay, never have to have, oh, you have a generator. Okay, okay. Still, oh, Vicky. Hopefully they get that. I mean, I hope it dries out as quickly as possible down there. All right, we're going to go ahead. Let me get the camera straightened out, and we're going to zoom in. Oh, the internet, the cable's working. Oh, okay. On the generator. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you guys, we're innovative. I'll tell you. That's for sure. Okay, let's see here. Let's zoom in. I think that's good. Let me autofocus it with the card here. I bumped the camera. It's a little moving a little. Come on. Come on. Just a second, guys. I want it to get focused. It's not one, maybe I'm zoomed in too much. Let me back out one, guys. There we go. All right, I think we're good. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started finishing up our rabbit. So I'm not going to talk about all this because this is the third part. So, yeah. If y'all missed the first 2 parts, just go back and watch how we did all this. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to try to make this kind of as easy as possible for everybody if you're trying to do a page kind of quickly. It looks like there's some, down here it looks like some turnips. So maybe we'll do those in a little bit of purple. I want the rabbit to be kind of a blue-gray. And there's little mushrooms there. I'll probably want those little red mushrooms. You know, that just gives it a pop of color. The little red cap mushrooms, you know, like you see in fairy books and stuff like that. You know, all kinds of, you know, stories like this. They always have those little red cap mushrooms to make them stand out. I don't know. I've never seen one in person, a red cap mushroom, but okay. So what I'm going to do, and because color pencil will go over washes of acrylic paint, and again, I get people ask me all the time about the, you know, paint. I use Americana matte. It doesn't say matte on it. It just says Americana acrylic paint. It's not gloss, it's not satin. When it is gloss or satin, it does say. So if it says gloss or satin, that's not what I use, because the shine in those paints can make the pencil just, you know, glide right over. It won't stick. So I use Americana because I like the colors. They're not paying me, they're not sponsoring me or anything like that. I just like Americana by Deco Art. But you can use whatever kind of craft paint you have, just not shiny, not gloss or satin. Yeah, so that's, I'm trying to answer that because I get questions all the time from people and they re-ask the questions in my comments. And then I get people saying, you keep answering the same questions. You can't win, people. You just can't win. So, okay, so I'm going to probably use my Blue Harbor. It's like a blue slate color for the rabbit. So I'm just going to put out just a little tiny, just a tiny bit. And I just use coffee lid plastic tray lids for palettes. So if you have any questions, put them in caps. And so I think we'll use that for the rabbit just as the wash. Then we'll go in and shade with the color pencil. And I use Prismacolor pencils. Okay, then I want a kind of a purple, purpley red purple for the, what do you call it? The beets or something, maybe mulberry. Let's see, do I want kind of a mulberry color? Yeah, maybe a mulberry color. No, because they're going to have the red mushrooms. I'd rather have it more on the purple side. Let's go with kind of a, this one's almost empty, with purple pizzazz. Kind of, I know that the beets won't be that color, but in our world, we can do whatever we want because we're the boss of our color book. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then I want a kind of a olivey green, I think. I always love olive green. Let's go with another green. I don't know if I want a forest green. Let's go with forest green, just to mix it up, because I'm always using olives, because I love olives. I love the muted Renaissance colors, like olive and sienna and yellow ochre. I love those colors, but I use them all the time. Yeah, well, we're gonna have lavender beets. And then I'll just color the little mushrooms. I'm going to go ahead and wash right over that whole thing with green, except for the beets. But then we'll go in and color it with, color pencil. Now, there are some areas that I have not gone in with the black pen yet in between, and again, we'll do that after the fact too, because there's not too many, just a little bit here, just a little bit of area of black that I'll go over with the black Pitt pen. That's how I fill in the little details instead of trying to get in there with the paintbrush, like around, this is all black acrylic paint. So if y'all have any questions or if you think I didn't answer something just then, feel free to put it in caps and ask me. All right, so I'm just going to get a little brush here. Let's just get a kind of a, that's a little big. Let's get something a little smaller. There we go. And I'm going to start with I'm going to water down. Let me show you here. I'm going to water down the green first. We'll start that. See how it's very watered down, very watered down. Now, the black background is not watered down at all. That's not watered down at all. But when you do a wash over something, if you don't water the acrylic paint down, you're just going to cover up all the lines, right? So I'm just going to let's test that out there. See how watered down that is? As long as it's watered down enough, I'm just going to go right over the black. As long as it's watered down, you'll be able to see your lines. Now, if it gets too opaque over the top of your black, just kind of wipe it away or something. I don't really stress over this stuff, guys, to tell you the truth. Color booking is supposed to be fun. Although you can learn a lot of shading techniques and blending and color techniques and all that. I just keep getting just a tiny bit more and a little bit of water. Water it down. You can learn a lot of stuff from your color books, but I don't stress over them because pretty much anything can be fixed with paint. Okay, so you can see I'm just getting a wash over it. So this is a kind of a quick way to get some color book pages done, without having to go in there with every single a green and then try to shade around it. This way you get at least a base. Coat going, and color pencil will go over all this. Now again, I'll stress again, not stress, but not be stressed, but reiterate. You want to make sure this is perfectly dry before you go in there with color pencil. Don't try to go over wet paint with your color pencil. Please don't do it, and don't email me if you do. But with the washes like this, you can get variations. Just kind of have it look. See how it looks darker here, lighter here. You can do all that with just like it would be like a watercolor wash. Okay. The thing about using the acrylic paint, it just doesn't seem to wet. Even though it is wet, it doesn't seem to get the pages as wet as like you would have to do with watercolor. I don't know why, it just doesn't. And he's holding some kind of a vine there, and it looks to me like a corn stalk almost, or a wheat stalk. So I'm going to probably do that. I'm going to do that wheat stalk in yellow or orange, or yellow and orange. So I'll just probably do a yellow wash over it, or just maybe just color that in with yellow. That little, what he's holding the lantern with, it looks like a wheat stalk to me. So that's what we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna go with. All right, so we're just coloring along. So if you have any questions, just ask, guys. I know that y'all just chat away. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the little bit of lavender. Let me clean my brush. Get just a little tiny bit of the lavender for the beets. Oh, there's a hair. It's glued to the thing. There's a hair on my, oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck. There we go. Got one of my long hairs hung up in there. Hey, Linda. Art unit. Linda's got her art gallery up in Canada. If you want to, link should be open. If you want to post the link again, Linda, up there. All right, so that's all the color that I'm going to put as far as any of the acrylic paint in the garden. So let's go ahead and do the little rabbit. Again, I'm just going to get a little bit of wash of the blue. And I'm just going to make him a Blue Harbor blue rabbit. If y'all missed the color book page I showed earlier that I did yesterday, I did another Bennett Klein page. I didn't record it. I just colored while I was watching other people. And keep his little collar white, I think. It's like a little white collar. One of those little bib type collars. So cute. So I'm just going to go ahead and because we can go over any of this with color pencil on top of the acrylic paint. So there we go. I think I'll just leave that like that. Love the color of the beets. Thanks, hey Kim. So this leftover paint, this is when you'd like to have your desk journal handy. So you can scrape that paint into a desk journal, especially like I'm here under all these lights and it dries real fast. I try not to put out too much because I know I'm not going to use much, but yeah. So there we go. So now I'm going to hit it with my heat gun because you want to make sure it's dry before you go in there with your color pencil. If it feels, after you get done drying it, it still feels cold to the touch, then it's probably still damp. You want to make sure it's really dry. Really dry. So hope does it look too flashed out, guys? Are we good? Hope it looks okay. I mean, we can try to zoom in one more if y'all think we need to. I like to show y'all the details as much as I can. We'll try. Let's see if I can get it to focus if I zoom in some more. All right, let me get my little card and focus. How's that look? Does that look, oh, it does look fuzzy, doesn't it, guys? It does look fuzzy when I get in that close. Might be a little too close. Okay, we'll see if that looks good. Thanks, Vicki. It's a little more zoomed in. Okay, so now I think we'll start the little beads there. No, you know what we'll start with? We'll go ahead and start with the black pit pen and fill in the areas that are in the background. Okay, so I'm just going to go in there and any place that is part of the background. I tried to do all the edges before I came on, just all the edges that we didn't finish on Monday. The black going around this edge here. I did finish that, but that's the only thing I did. And that was just because I thought it would, y'all got the idea of going around the edges. All right, so now I'm just going to go in here and kind of guess on some of where it might be. Maybe there, around this one here. And if you miss one, it's like, who's going to notice? Oh no, I covered up one of those leaves. Oh no. It's a little fuzzy. How is it now? Vicki, is it still fuzzy? It is a little fuzzy. Maybe I'm trying to zoom in too much. I probably should try to just drop the camera rather than try to... Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Let's back out. Let me just drop the camera, guys. For some reason, rather than focusing, dropping the camera down. Hang on, I'll readjust. Hang on. Give me a second. Whoa, that's too much. Hang on. Hang on. Gotta readjust, guys. I might be too close again. Okay, hang on. I know it's moving. Don't email me. I know. Let's see if this will help. Okay, see if that's better. I think that is. Dropping the camera down low rather than auto-focusing it to that extent. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's get back in there. I just have to remember to keep moving the book because I have such a limited range here with it so close up. All right, so I'm just going to keep on here. Just so y'all can kind of see, just chillax and color in. And again, this is just a pit brush pen. Doesn't go through. Yeah, well, you know, you can be you can want it as perfect as you can want it to be, and you can spend more time than we do here. But if you're stressing over it and something is not perfect and you don't like it, and so you stop working on it, then that's when it becomes a problem. You can't stop. You won't get anything done. You'll never finish anything. And again, I'm going to cover up those little dots. I'll just put some white dots, extra stars in there as in the background. Let's see. There were dots all in here, little circles, and I just covered them all up with paint and put my own in. Okay, bye. Night. Sleep well, Carol and Oz. Thanks for coming in. I'm recording. I had to look up to make sure. I'm recording. So you can see how much easier it is to have a full green wash of acrylic paint instead of trying to color every one of those leaves. Now I can still go in there and highlight them if I want, or pick some out. Or I could even do more of a two-tone wash or three-tone wash of acrylic paint, so that that's even taken care of. Okay, I'm just kind of looking here. Seeing if I got everything down there. Got around the edges. Huge chunk of cement out of the corner of our house. How did cement blow out of your house? I missed something there, Jody. I missed something on that, how that happened. Okay. So again, if you're joining us on the recording, there's a live chat going on while I'm doing this. And I try to kind of keep up with it. But when someone says a big cement block blew out of the side of their house, I must have missed that. Oh, lightning. Oh, okay. Lightning. Wow. Thanks, Terry. Lightning. That would be scary. Thanks, guys. I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. Again, you know, we got all the green colored in. Not that you can't still go in and add some other shades of green or detail those little leaves if you want to. But you don't have to. You can have a page kind of done with just some washes, and then pick out the details you want to, go in there with. And some of this is going to start being dark green back in the back there. So I'm just going to carry the black sky just so far. Okay, so let's go over here. So make sure I'm in camera. So I don't speed up my videos. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I don't edit them at all, actually. I just, whatever I do here live gets loaded up to YouTube. I've been doing that for a couple years. And so they're not edited. They're not speeded up. They're not, nothing's changed. It's just exactly what it is here. You can see how long it takes to do certain things. In this case, we're trying not to take all day to do a color book page, but at the same time, when things are not speeded up, you can see how long it actually takes to do a project, whatever that project is. Well, I hope nobody was hurt, Jody, in that lightning strike. That's where I accidentally splattered some black paint. We'll just turn that into some of the background. I'm just giving it my best guess as to where some of those are. How far? I'll go down one more. Because like I said, who's going to notice if you miss one little leaf or something? Not me. Not me. Okay, so I think, take an overall look. I think I'm going to keep the rest green. Alright, so now I'll just go in there with my Posca pen and go around where we left off yesterday with the stars. And that's just a white Posca fine point. It's the only Posca I have is the white one. So Jean has a lot of the colors. This dream is wonky. I can't hear Dee Dee. Is it anybody else? Or is it just Jody? Can everybody else hear me okay? I'll wait and see. So I'm just going to kind of go in there in a couple of the little areas that we just colored. It's fine for everybody else? Okay. Maybe she might need to refresh. That happens sometimes. And I know this is not going to be like stars down here, and you know, but you know how I do. I'll have a world floating in space. Oh, so I'm just going to keep going. A few larger ones, a few smaller ones. I'm right on the edge here. Some of those are little plants sticking out. You can have kind of some little stems like that. We could do that. We can do whatever we want because we're the boss of our color book. Let's put a few on this side. You can add things to your page if you want. I'll show you the Bennett Klein one that I just finished yesterday, if y'all weren't here earlier, when I showed a page that I did in between my regular work. I did a color book page. All right, let's see. Keep going all the way up the edge here. A few larger ones and some in the between there. So you can add your own backgrounds and whatever. All right, let's get right in here into a few little spots. Little hair plants. Yeah, hang on. There it goes. I'm going to get a bunch of mail coming in. It locks me up for just a second. So good to have you here, Eileen. Good to have you back. Okay. So you see I added some of the little stars down here on the bottom. So it doesn't look like that just ended abruptly. You can still see through the plant a little bit. Okay, so now, yeah, I'll probably put some more of those little white little plant things inside here. We'll see. But here's the, and I put it in a sleeve already. Let me take it out of the sleeve so it's not shiny. This is the one that I did yesterday, the Bennett Klein out of the Sketchbook 3. And there was no background at all. Okay, well, hold on. There's no background. Let me kind of creep it in there so it doesn't flash out. There was no background at all, and I painted in the background, and there is stickles on it, so that might flash it out some. But I painted in the background, and so the little mouse has captured him a dragon head. So that's what I wanted to show you, though, is all the background I painted in myself. So you can paint in your own world in the background if you want. Don't feel like you have to just stick with whatever is on the color book page. Oh, okay, Eileen's got a story going. The beat is the murderer. Returned to the scene of the crime. The beat is what happened to the cherry. Finishes up with the carrot. The beet is the ancient ancestor of the autumn moon, bearded, buried, all but fossilized. The dark green sails of the grounded moon boat stitched with veins of primordial plasma. The kite string, this has got to be from something. What is this from, Eileen? The kite string that once connected the moon to the earth, now a muddy whisker drilling desperately for rubies. I love that. What's that from, Eileen? Talking about the beat. The beat. Okay. Speaking of the beat, now we're going to get some, I'm not going to get, too much shading going on, just a little bit. Yeah, Terry goes, oh my gosh, she's back! Where did you find that, Eileen? That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to get a couple of shades of purple. Let's see, is this violet, dark purple, and a lavender color, just to give it a little bit of a. I'm just going to add just a little bit. But because this has got the acrylic wash on it, it's very easy. I'm barely pushing, guys, barely touching. Just, a little bit of color there. And then I'll blend it with the lavender. Where did she say she got it from? You can't watch me in the chat at the same time, Margaret Ham. Well, you get used to it, trust me. Eileen doesn't know where she got it from. Oh my gosh. It sounded cool though, Eileen. And then just a little bit of white highlight. Just to make it a little kind of little textury, beatish. We want it beatish. Oh, you girls crack me up. Crack me up, I say. And again, I know they're probably not this purple. They're more, on the maroon red side. But because we're going to do the little mushrooms red, I wanted another color in the garden, so that's why they're this color. Not a lot. I'm not adding a lot here. Just a little bit of color, extra color. But you can spend as much time as you want blending, shading. Some days we spend more time on a color book page, sometimes less. But we're already in part 3, so I wanted to finish this one today. Because we got a lot of gabbing, and sometimes we get mail comes in, and it makes it longer. It's a quote for Tom Robbins, Eileen says with question mark. Okay. That's all I'm going to do on that. All right, let's go over here to this one. And they could be turnips. They could be turnips. They could be beets. Now, turnips, they would have some purple in them. Right? Again, it's very rare that we do a color book that's botanically color correct. Because we're the boss of our color book. It's just, fun. And you can practice your shading, your blending. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And thanks everybody for being here and hanging out on a Wednesday morning. Something like that. Not too over stressed about, well, I don't over stress about it, but just however much time you want to spend blending and how much time you want to take. I want a couple like lines in there. Hey Lynn, CB, anybody else popping in? Thanks everybody for being here. How's everything your way, CB? All right, so that's all the beets or turnips or whatever vegetable they are. I just wanted purple. They're a purple vegetable. Okay, so now I think I'll do the rabbit. So we've already done a base coat of a Blue Harbor wash of acrylic paint. You like the beets? Thanks, Kim. All right, so I think I'll get a light blue, a gray blue, this is blue slate, and then maybe just a little indigo. Let's see, where's my indigo? I'm only sticking with a couple, 2 or 3 colors each. Where is indigo? Oh, here we go. I put a thing on the indigo because it looks so much like the black that if you don't mark it somehow, you can accidentally pick up an indigo when you want black. And yeah, all right, so I'm going to use that, a little bit of white. Let me sharpen that. All right, nice to have, I'll be a little cooler. Yeah, that's what my mom says too, CB. Okay, so I'm going to want the little collar to stay white, and I'm going to go a little bit over the little ties there. Just make them pop a little. But I think I will put just a little bit of shadow on the back side of the collar, just to give it a little depth in there. Kind of blend it out a little, something like that. Okay, and then sometimes what I'll do on the eyes of any animals or people in a color book is I'll just take my Sharpie pen, not a Sharpie marker, the Sharpie pen, and go in there and do the eyes. It won't go through most color books as long as you don't just go over and over and over and over and over and over it so that it goes through. And then the same thing for the little white highlight. I'll use the Posca pen if I need to, and just brighten up the little white dot in the eye. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go in here with the blue slate. Remember, we've got a wash of a gray blue over the whole rabbit. Now I'm going to go in here and get the darkest shadows in here. And remember, a lot of color books, most color books have some form of shadow already done for you. People ask about shadows and shading. If you really want to get good at that and blend shadows, shading, the books with the grayscale have more shadow and shading than others. Okay, keep his little nose white, I think. And I'm going to put his whiskers on there. You can see where I kept some white or put some white for the whiskers. Okay, but anyway, like in this case, it's little dots. See, it's little stippling showing the shadows. So you can follow that along to find your shadows if you don't know where to put them. Okay, and again, because I'm going over acrylic paint, it just flows right on with the Prismacolors. Okay, so I'm just gonna go around here. Go right along his ear there. And you can always add more shadow wherever you want, but the basis of the shadows are there for you. With the lines, dots, grayscale. I'm going to get right under the little, give a little shadow to the little strings. The rabbit looked good washed, almost shadowy. Well, it's because I do like it's a imperfect wash. It's like you have the watercolor look, a watercolory look. That gives it a little bit more depth so that you'll still have lights and darks just by the paint itself. And depending on how big the image is, you know, like if you've got a full-on face that's taking up the whole page, you have to be a little bit more conscious of where you're putting the paint. But on something this tiny, I mean, it's very tiny, guys. I mean, look. See my hand? I'm just really close up. We'll zoom all the way back out here in a little bit. Then he'd probably be down here a little bit inside the, you probably see a little bit of the blue down in here, kind of just peeking through the foliage. But I'm not having to push down hard at all because the acrylic paint is just really pulls the pencil right off. See? Bye, Janet. Have fun at your coffee. Thanks for modding and being here. Anytime y'all, the mods, can be here. I know they can't be here all the time, but anytime they're here, I appreciate it. Y'all appreciate it. Okay, so something like that. Now I'm going to go in here with the lighter blue, which needs to be sharpened. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of blend from the dark. Just blend some of the edges out so it's not a harsh line. Keeping some areas where I want white, you know, some extra bright highlights, because you could go in there with the white at first if you're afraid you're going to lose them, and go in here with the white first if you don't want to cover it up with the blue, because once you do a coat of pencil, like even a light blue, and then try to go back over it with white, if you haven't left areas for the white, it doesn't pop. It won't be as bright. So I've left areas where I have on the paint that, because I showed you on Monday what happens when you try to go over color pencil versus going over paint with the white. All right, now I'm going to go back in there with the light blue and finish blending that out. See, this doesn't take that long. I'm not adding that much to it. And this is just how I do it, guys. It's, you know, there's probably 1,000 ways you can use your color pencils. I'm just showing you how I do it. You know, I tell y'all I'm not a teacher. I'm just demonstrating how I do it. So I just talk it out. Bye, Vicki. Thanks for stopping in and letting us know how you're doing. Appreciate it. Hey, Sherry. Anybody else popping in? Yeah, y'all keep Vicki in your thoughts and prayers. She's down there in Louisiana running on a generator and had time to stop in and say hi on our stream. Thank you so much, Vicki. We love you. That's Vicki BR. We have a few Vickies. Okay, so there we go. Thanks, Linda. Demonstrating is the best teaching method. Okay, so just kind of like that. Maybe just a little bit of shadow inside the eye there. So it just gives it a little bit of more contrast like that. And go back over and darken some areas if you need it darker. I'm trying to keep them kind of fairly light, you know, a light kind of a gray blue. All right, now I do want to go in on that corn stalk or that wheat stalk. So I'll just go in there probably just with the yellow ochre and do that wheat stalk. So you can still see all the little lines in it. I'm trying to stay in camera, guys. I have to constantly move my book because I'm so zoomed in. Yes, she's the original Vicky. That's right. Vicky was one of the very first people, if not the first person. Vicky, Julie Topaz, there's about, 3 or 4 that I met. The very first people I met, and it was at Blades, the artistic biker at his stream. They were the first ones I met there, and they were so funny. I said, oh my gosh, these people are hilarious. I got to hang out with them. I've been hanging out with them ever since. Let me move this out of the way. It's kind of distracting. I got to color in something on the lamp too. I think I'll just do it black, like a black lantern, like a black metal lantern, and it's attached to this wheat stalk. And that'll really make it pop too inside there. And I'll just go ahead. Oh, let's see. Do I want that green? Okay. I missed coloring in a little bit of the black here. Oops, that's a pen. I missed coloring around this little stalk. I think I want that green. It's part of the green. Let's go in here with my green. I think that's the green I'll use, yeah. All right, let me go back around the black edge. Yep, I missed this leaf when I colored around everything. Okay. You should have known you were in for trouble. So true. So true. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my white Posca again. Where'd it go? Here. And on the little stalks, on the little wheat stalk things, I'm going to go ahead, because you know how they have like a wheat stalk. Let me get a piece of paper here. You know how a wheat stalk, like you'll have your wheat. Oops. Have your wheat like this. And then they have those, have this, kind of going around it. Like that. I want to kind of try to get that effect. Now, even this Posca pen might be a little too thick for that. But we're going to see. So first I'm going to put some little dots in the wheat. Just a couple little dots in the wheat, like that. Can you see that? And then let's see if I can have a maybe, let me try the gel pen first. Maybe the gel pen will be a little thinner, but I don't know if it'll be as bright. Let's give it a shot. Let me get my gel pen here. Okay, because it'll be a little thinner, I think. Yeah. I just want a tiny little touch of those little stalks coming out. The little hairs, that. I just want a couple of those. Alright, so let's go back with the Posca, though, on the actual little seed pods. The little seed pods, let's do all those. Now stay in camera here, guys. So that just gives those a little pop. A little pop. maybe there's a little bit of a one right there. I think that's all. Okay, so this is going to kind of go in there with a little bit of wherever I feel like I want it. Just a couple little wheat lines like that. Just gives it a little emphasis on the black, especially. You can really see it stand out. Here's one. And here's one. We're talking about printers. Okay. It's a little flashed out, but when we zoom out, you'll be able to see it better. Okay, I do think I want just a touch more dark blue right along his eye. That is about the only thing that really bothers me in color books is I like to make realistic eyes, and when they're lined, like the pupils and iris and everything's lined with a black line, it's really hard to get a realistic eye when they're outlined like that. So that's the only part that really bothers me. Okay, so now I want to get in here though with on his little whiskers and thin that out. And then I'm going to go on here with the Posca and kind of connect them. I just want a little bit of extra white on the whiskers. And then I'll go with the just a little, maybe a couple little, let's put some little whisker dots. Because we can do whatever we want, because we're the boss of our color book. Working along on in your lace book. Ooh, your lace book? Angie Bell, this detail makes it astonishing how good it looks. Never had thought to do that on your own. Yeah, that's the thing. It's because most people want to just follow along exactly what's in the color book, and you don't have to. I could put some glasses on him, which, by the way, in this back picture, is it this one or the other one? It's in the other one. In the Summer Nights. In the Summer Night book, in this one, this is the Daydream one. There's this picture in the back that Hubster and I, it reminds us of our daughter, Denise. This one right here, with the cats laying out in the... But she had glasses at that age. So when I color this one, I'm going to put glasses on her. You could put some little spectacles. You could put a little monocle hanging, you know. I don't know. You could do a lot of things. Okay, so let's go ahead. So you can see that there. I want to do the little lantern now. I'll probably use a little bit of the Sharpie black pink so I can get right in there and do that little lantern. And still keep some of the little details. Oops, sorry guys, I keep trying. Let me tilt my camera down just a little so I can get a little closer to me. Love laces and doilies. Oh, okay. So Angie Bell's coloring in the laces and doilies. All right, so I want to leave some highlights so that you can see the different the lines around. So I'm going to color it black, and then probably go in there with maybe a gray. Because I really want the lantern to look like the black metal lantern. So I want to get it as much black as I can on there. Okay, let's see now. Let's get a gray. Why am I getting sunglass messages? I don't understand that. I never did that before. All right, where's the gray? But I gotta, if I don't click it, it's gonna keep coming up. Let me delete this person. Okay, okay. It's an ad. I don't know. Okay, so I want a gray here. A monocle would be awesome. So I'm just gonna, because I want to keep it dark, but not black, right? So I'm just barely coloring in there. Now we could put a monocle. I'm trying to think of what would the monocle chain attach to? I mean, isn't it like pin? I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I thought about a monocle. How is a monocle? I mean, don't they usually have it attached to something, or am I thinking of the woman's? I might be thinking of two different things. I mean, because I can put a monocle in a little chain, but where's the chain going? Or the little string, or the chain, you know, the little attached. Isn't it attached to something? Doesn't a monocle attach to something? Help me out here, guys. I have to think about it. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a monocle blank. All right, so I'm just going around because I want to keep those light yellow because that's where the glow is coming from, right? It's coming through those holes. And then there's a little candle in there. So I'm just using a pen to get in those tiny little places. You can use your gel pens and whatever. You know. You could draw a pocket and have it. But how do they? How does it? I know they just squeeze it into their eye, but isn't there usually a string attached to it so like they don't lose it? I mean, where would that string or chain go down to? I could just look it up. I could Google it, guys. I mean, I'm not expecting y'all to answer it. I mean, I just thought maybe one of y'all would know. Because y'all know everything. I think it's something in the pocket. Yeah, so it doesn't fall. The chain goes to a pocket? That's what I thought. That's a long chain, though, isn't it? Or is it going there like a vest pocket? Like a vest pocket? I can't go to a link, Marilyn. I can look on my iPad, but I can't go from a link here. I don't want to take a chance on disconnecting you guys. A string goes down the outside of the monocle and has a clip to a tie or a collar. Okay, so we could clip it to his little collar. Let me look up a monocle. Hang on, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, Google me some images. Okay. Let's just put an eye monocle. I don't want clip art. Hang on. Go. Images. Okay, yeah. See, like this right here. But where does it go? Is it? Oh, it looks like it's clipped to his collar. You're right, Jean. So we can just clip it to him. But look, okay, we're going with this guy. All right, let's go with. We're gonna go for it. Okay, so we'll have it just clipped to his little collar. Okay, we'll just have a little clip on the collar there. All right, so let's see here. Let's go for a nice big monocle around his eye. Okay. Then we'll have a little clip, a little thing on the edge. Let's kind of straighten that up there. And then there's a little, let's have a kind of a couple of strings. Let's have a couple of them like that, so you can really tell. I'm just clipping it to his collar. We're just going to clip it to his collar. All right, I'm going to get up in there. Hey, Anonymous 6830. So there we go. Thanks, guys. Does he need a mustache? I mean, we're going to turn him into Poirot in a minute. We're going to put a bowler on him. Does he need a mustache? I don't know. You know what? Let me cut out a little black mustache to make sure I'd like it. Let me get a little piece of black paper here. I'm going to do a little test. Because I may not like a mustache on him. I may not like a mustache. Let's see. All right. Where's my picture again? Okay. All right. So let's see here. I got to do it over here because I can't see it on the black. I can't see where I'm cutting. I have to come over here on the white. Okay. So let's see. He'd have a, oh, why don't I just draw it first? Right, he'd have a little like this. I would have to keep it kind of small, right? All right, let's cut that out and see. All right, I got to come over here toward me, guys. Just a minute. Let's see if we want him to have a mustachio. Hey, Carol. Hey, Bonnie here. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, let's see. All right, it's a little big. Okay, I got to make it a little smaller. Let's test that out. I don't know. He's starting to look like, I'm not sure what. Okay, needs a little bit more curl in it. Hang on. Uh-oh. Come back here. Let's see. God, it's hard to see. My lighting is... Let's go this way. Let's see. I didn't know I was going to paper piece my color book, did you? All right, let's see, let's go on this side now. Yeah, paper piece our color books. Okay, just a little bit more. I'm gonna come over here on the white. It's not helping that my scissors are black and it's a black piece of paper, you know? Okay. What do y'all think? Does he need a mustache or not? I mean, I'll draw it in with a pen, but I wanted to test it out first. What do y'all think? Does he need a mustache or not? I love him the way he is, those whiskers and his nose. So, like, just without it? With it. All right, here, y'all look. Y'all decide. With? Without? With? Without. With or without. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. No mustache? No mustache. Okay, we won't put the mustache on. We'll keep the little mustache. Okay, no mustache. Just the monocle. All right, let's get back to coloring. You like the whiskers? Yeah, we can make the whiskers pop a little bit more. And so you see him over here on the light side. Over there. No mustache. Okay. All right. Now, let's see. Let's go down here back into the garden. I think I'll go ahead and do the mushrooms. Now, I'm going to see if my red Kids Crayola marker will go over the green. If not, we'll use the red pencil. Either way. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, sorry guys, I know I'm bumping the camera. Let me find a red marker. Now I got a red marker somewhere. There's a pink one. Where's a red marker? There we go. I think it's red. Let's see if it'll go over. Might look a little dull. Looks a little dull. Let me compare that to the red pencil. Because I could use kind of a orangey red. That will probably make it pop. Let me sharpen it. What did Linda say? I'm afraid to see what Linda said. Oh, good. It scrolled off. I don't have to look at what Linda said because she scares me. Yeah, I think it might. Well, actually, it could be a little of both. That was a little orange. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll do the bottoms of the mushrooms. I'll do the bottoms of the mushrooms with the marker. I want to make sure it's dry if you're going to go over it. Where's all the mushrooms? There's one. There's one. There's another one. There's one. So I'm just going to do it, the darker shadow part of the mushroom at the bottom here with the marker. Did I miss any? I think I got them all. All right, let me dry that real quick. Just hit it real quick with the heat gun. And now I'm going to take my carmine, kind of an orangey red, and do the tops. So it's already like shaded for me there. I'll put the white dots in them. I know there's a name for those mushrooms that are red caps with the white dots. Okay, did I get them all? All right, I'll take my Posca and let's put the white dots. And I want some of the white, because I think they're kind of dimensional, those white dots. I think they actually stand out off the edge. You know, like they're puffy like. You know what I mean, Vern? So I'm going to do that. Do any of y'all ever watch that Mick Dodge, the guy that lives out in the woods in Washington? Anytime I see wild mushrooms, I think of him. I don't know if they renewed his season. He lives out in the wild, out in Washington State. It's Mick Dodge. I haven't seen him this summer. Maybe they'll show his show during the winter. Probably filming it during the summer. Okay, so there we go. You love McDodge, Bryn? My daughter got to meet him. Oh my gosh. Really, Tammy? He came to the school? Oh my gosh. Did he come to the school or did they go out and meet him? I mean, because he's really not a hermit. I mean, he'll come into town, but he, you know, to get a hamburger or something. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What hangout are you talking about, Carla? Carla's asking about a hangout. I'm not sure what hangout you mean. Came to the school. Oh my gosh. He's a hoot, isn't he? He is a hoot. I'm just reading some chat here for a minute, guys. And I know my fan is blowing my colorbook page. I need to kind of hold it down. I'm waiting for, okay, so he did come to the school. It's a matte finish, I think. I don't think it's shiny. Yeah, it's matte. At least the white one. I don't know about. It's like acrylic paint. Yeah. People are talking about a hangout on Friday. But where, Carla? What hangout? What platform? What platform for the hangout is what I'm wanting to know. A Google Hangout. Okay. Where do you watch McDodge? On, I don't know, is it the Discovery Channel, the Learning Channel, one of those. I think it's the no, it might be the Travel Channel. It's either the Travel Channel or the Discovery Channel. Just Google it. Yeah. Just Google McDodge and you'll find it. I forget what channel he's on because I haven't watched. He hasn't been on for a year. Yeah, he hasn't been on for a year. Nat Geo. Okay, he's on Nat Geo. Thanks, Tammy. Google Hangout. Yeah, I've been on Google Hangouts before. I've not hosted one. Now hosting it's if who's deciding to do this. Hosting it's a little trickier than just joining one. So who's hosting it? And what time? Little P or whoever started the conversation. Yeah, hang on, guys, if you're watching the recording. Just fast forward. If you come to some dead air or some, where I'm talking to people in chat, just fast forward. Don't say, So, yeah, who's, Anita, are you hosting it? Little P. Okay, Natalie is at 4 Eastern. Okay. Okay, so Barb finishes at probably by 4. Okay, I don't think so you have a YouTube channel, Natalie, that you're going out of? It's a little tricky to host one. Have you hosted one before, Natalie? Okay. Y'all need to figure it out before you invite people. I'm telling you, because then I'm telling you, you need to do a test if you haven't done one before you invite people. It's a little tricky. Okay. All right. Well, let me know on Friday. I've been in the Hangouts before as a guest. But hosting one's a little tricky, and you want to make sure you have it working before you invite a bunch of people. Okay, you want to make sure you know what you're doing before you invite people. Okay, just saying. Y'all do what y'all want, but just saying. Okay, all right, let's get back to color. Now that I know what y'all are talking about. Now that I know what you're talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Oh, I think I want to get the dark green now and get the same thing that I did with the black here, but not as detailed, but just kind of get some dark green. Yeah, just dark green. Instead of having black as a background in between, I'm going to do some, I'll do some, what do you call it? Yeah, well, you can go, you can do it, yeah. You can, I'm just saying, before you invite people, Natalie, you probably want to make sure you know how it works. Okay? All right, so in the same way that I went around these leaves, in the same way I went around the leaves with the black, in these little spaces, I'm going to do the dark green. It's just, it'll make it look like there's shadows in the garden rather than just the sky behind it. Because the black is the sky, and I don't want to, you know, do that. Hey, Paula. Good to see you. Oh, when is Paula's birthday? Let me look at the birthday list real quick. There's some people's birthdays today, I think. After I send out the cards, like I say, I forget birthdays after I send out the cards. What day's? All right, today's Wednesday. Okay, here's the birthdays for today, guys. If y'all see any of these people, we have Sandy Pink, Bren, Fluffy Bren, which is a different Bren than the Bren that's here, Lindsay Whimsy, and Flint Rock. So if y'all see any of those people, or if any of y'all are here, happy birthday. Okay. I don't know how long I'm going to stream, guys. If Joycey doesn't stream, then I'll probably go long. Because Joycey streams at 1. Nothing yet, Paula? I know I sent your card out at least a week ago. No, probably 2 weeks ago. And Paula's is Thursday. Yeah, Paula's on Thursday. So those are the birthdays this week. Terry Trouble's next week. I think it's next week. I sent her card out too. Oh, Paula, if you don't get it, let me know. I'll send you another one. Although, I think I sent you, well, let me know if it doesn't come. Okay, so let me get back to this. And if anybody knows if Joycey's streaming, let me know. Joycey streams at 1 sometimes. She hasn't been, I don't know if she's been feeling well or if she's just had things to do. She hasn't streamed every Wednesday. So, yeah, if any of y'all are here, happy birthday. Everybody's saying happy birthday to you guys. Tammy, are you on the birthday list? I didn't see your name next to Terry's. Let me look. Yeah, you're not on here. I'll add you on though, Tammy, but you're not in here, so you'll probably be late. Okay. But you weren't on there. All right, back to the coloring. Sorry, guys. Hey, Suzanne. Anybody else I missed? Hello, Busy Jill. Busy Jill. Okay, we're not getting anything done. All right, let's get back in here and coloring. So what I'm doing is just picking. I'm not trying to necessarily make sure I get every single little dark area, right? But I'm just giving a little bit of contrast by adding some of the dark green, even if it's not exactly behind every leaf, but it gives it a good little contrast. You can also do washes. You can also do washes at the beginning, like we did the green here, and see how some of it's darker. You could add 2 or 3 shades of green, some yellow, some whatever color of background. Or, you know, just some in there just to give it a little bit more dimension back in there. All right. Is your birthday tomorrow or Thursday, Paula? I think I have you down on Thursday. Whichever day it is, happy birthday. You going out, you said? Yeah, I don't know. I have it down as Thursday, but if it's tomorrow, I need to change it. So... Oh, tomorrow is Thursday. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Jean. I totally lost. I lose track of days so easy. Thank you. Yeah. Happy birthday, Paula, whenever. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of dark green in there. So can y'all see how it gives it a little bit of pop? Oh my gosh. Oh, gee. All right, so I'm just going to pick out a few areas here. Maybe around the bottom of these beets / turnips. Okay. Oh, thanks, Marilyn. Just kind of, there's some little, I'm not sure what kind of, they look like seed pods. I'm not sure what color I want to do those, but there's a lot of little seed pods. There's some little berries in there. You can go in there with another color for those little berries. Those little seed pods or whatever they are. Just kind of picking out the areas. Okay, Vicky S. Or one of the other Vickies. So I want to try to get this one done the next, because we're already an hour and a half in on this one. Time flies, guys. Time flies. There's a little tiny mushroom right there. Let's do a little tiny baby one right there. A little tiny baby one. Hey, Iffy. Okay. So I wanted to finish this one before we did the bin project. Something with the bin studio scraps. Okay. A little bit more down in here, I think. Okay, now I think I will use some, maybe I want a kind of a bright yellow so that it shows up. Some little berries or some little, I don't know, they're like little, maybe some little apple fruit or something. I don't know, some little, what are those called? Anyway, doesn't matter what they're called. So they're just some little fruits in there. Any questions or anything, holla. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory, everything we're doing. Okay, now those little seed pod things. I'm not sure what color I want those. Do I want them orange? Do I want them... Because they're probably just tan color. And I don't want them just tan color. I want them to kind of stand out. So I'm thinking maybe orange, because that will be good with the glow of the light. Let's test out a nice bright orange. And then maybe a little bit of white highlight on them. with the white Posca. So I think I'll just color them in orange. They'll go in there. Okay, I need a little dark green in a couple spots. Hey, Carrie. Anybody else popping in? Good to see everybody this morning. All right. Just make a couple other areas. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. They're almost like little, they look like tiny little pumpkins. Maybe these little seed pods are little pumpkins for the fairies. There's one there. Just kind of looking around. Need a little bit more dark green in there. And there. So I'm just coloring them all orange, and I'll go in there and just touch them with the white Posca or gel pen, whatever you have. Okay, there's another little yellow one there. Start to see them as you color things in. So yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe these larger leaves on the edges, maybe we'll put a little extra, like a little bit lime green. Maybe just give them a little extra pop because they're bigger. So just go over those. Same thing for a little bit of color in these right here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of lime green on top of these. And then maybe just a little bit on these ones that almost look like kelp leaves, you know, those kind there. Let's just put a little bit of color in those. And I'll go in there with the dark green. So I'm not shading every little thing, but you can take as much time as you want. But I did want to get this one done today. So at least you can see, and you can just keep adding more and more detail, right? More and more detail. Hi, Kylia. Okay, so I'm just going to go in there. These wavy ones. Just to make it a couple of shades of green there, right? You can go in there with the grass green. A little bit more color. The kelpish fronds, yes. The kelpish fronds. So you can just see, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of extra grassy green on them. Then there's one little bit right there where I missed some black behind that leaf. You start seeing things, you know, pop out where you might have missed something. Thanks, guys. I like it. All right, so now going back with the white on top of those little pumpkin-looking things. And I'm just going to maybe just do a couple little... just a couple, you know, 3 or 4 little dots and tap it just to give it a little bit of brightness. I don't know what kind of little seed pods they are, but whatever. Or little pumpkins. They could be whatever you want. You just want to brighten them up a little. Could be little poppy pods. I don't know. But I colored them orange because they look like little pumpkins to me. Okay, so I'm going to go in here with a few more of those little white dots, those little, what do you call it? A few little pokey dot things. Bye, Lynn. Thanks for stopping in. You're welcome. Something like that. You're welcome, Jody. I'm going to show more on, I'll show more cards on Monday. I'm getting, more in. So we'll show another batch of them on Monday for those y'all in the ATC swap. I'm trying to show them all. Oh, I think I heard my mailman go by. Okay, so I'm just going to look at this and see if there's anything else I want to do. You can get in there with more little detail, darker, lighter leaves, but I really wanted to finish this up for you guys. So let me back out. I'm just trying to look out. I'm glad we added the little monocle. We added his little monocle. All right, let me back out, guys, a little bit so we can see. Let's refocus. I've got my camera dropped really low. So there we go. Let's prop it up there. So I think y'all can see pretty good. It's a little fuzzy. Again, you can add more shading and shadows in your leaves, but we're already almost 2 hours into this page in part 3, so I think that we're going to call this one done, and you can add more to yours if you want. So yeah, I like the little monocle too, and I like the little candle in the lantern. See how it's hanging by the, see it's got the wheat thing. We added some wheat fronds and stuff. So yeah, guys. I know. And so if you're watching, again, this is in the DayDreams color book. This will be part 3 to finish this page. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, guys. Let me put something to prop it up there. I'm going to save this page. So hang on, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and save this part. Thanks for joining us for part 3 in the DayDreams little bunny with the monocle. Anyway, so that's that, how that's going. And we'll see, yeah. Then there's some books like this one that are, it's a hardback, and it just is conducive to just leaving it in the book and almost like finishing the book, right? There's a few books like this that I won't cut things out of. And then there's some books I'll cut things out and actually cut out individual elements and use them in the either the napkin journal or the collage mixed media Dilutions journal that I use color book pages in. So yeah. And then another update I want to tell you about Annie V, our Annie V. Remember, she sent those beads to Boo, and she sent us some color books and different things over the time. And she's another one that's not on any social media at all, but she watches when she can. Well, after she sent Boo those beads, let's see, I don't think I can, well, I'll try to show you on the phone, but I know it's going to flash out. That's why I always try to send my pictures to the iPad to show you. But I'll show you this one. Anyway, so I took Denise took a picture of me and Boo around all the beads that Annie V. I was going to have Boo come here and show you all the stuff that she sent, but we never got a chance to do that. Here's Boo right there with all the beads. That's a good one. And so yeah, so there's Boo with all the beads that Annie sent her. Tons and tons of beads. And so Boo took them out of the little jars, put them in different jars, and it was reorganized. And so I call Boo now the bead chemist. Okay, hang on, guys. Let's see. There we go. I'm calling Boo the bead chemist because she was like, it was like a little, she had like a little thing going on where she was moving beads around. Anyway, so Annie V sent Boo those beads. I sent her the pictures of Boo digging into the beads. And so Boo gave me one of her bracelets. You know, this is the one that I have of Boo's. This one right here. But she had a turquoise stone one. So we sent that one to Annie V. And so she got it. Well, anyway, so Annie emailed me back, told me that she got the bracelet from Boo and to thank Boo. And so she says to tell all the fibs hi. She said, tell all the fibs hi. Right now she has a house full of guests. All her family. She has family in the UK and family in the States, and she has all her family here. She sent me pictures. I'm not going to show you her family pictures, but she has all her family there, and so she has a big house full. She goes, and I think this will be part 3. I think it'll be part 3. So, yeah, I want to finish that. But yesterday, in between working on commissions, I took a break. I took a break from my commissions to color. So I did another page. Let me get the book so you can see. I did another page in a Bennett Klein book. The first one I did was in color, my sketchbook 1, and this is number 3. So this is the one that I did yesterday. I did post it. Oh, it's going to flash out a little, guys. Hang on, let's see if I can fix that. It gets really light when I put something it doesn't like under the camera. There we go, it's a little better. Anyway, so, and I just put it on a piece of black cardstock. I tore it out of the book, and I'll put it in, like I did the Oh Dear, I'll put it in a sleeve, you know. So anyway, and I use stickles. The stickles doesn't really photograph very well as like gold or silver. So it's nice to see it on camera. There's the true color. It's very, it's black. You know, it's black acrylic paint. And then I just did a little bit of color pencil nebulization. And then you can see the glitter there. And it's a little mouse. He slayed a dragon. The background of this is all white normally. So I painted in the sky and the stars and some clouds, like he's walking on the clouds. So yeah, so I finished him yesterday. It didn't take too long. It didn't take near as long as the Oh Dear, because there was in the Oh Dear there's so many little elements, individual elements to color. Whereas this, you know, it was just the 3 things, really. The background, the dragon, and the little mouse. So I think the background took longer than anything. So anyway, yeah, Angie Bell. So I did tweet it, and I posted it, and Bennett Klein commented on it. So that was nice on his Facebook group. So yeah, that will go in the sleeve now that the stickles is dry. So I'll put it in the sleeve. I am cutting these out as I do them, taking them out of the Bennett Klein books and putting them in a book. I'm making my own book of finished ones. So, okay, welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee. This is a live show on Ustream.tv. If you're watching the recording on YouTube, thanks for being here live, and thanks for watching the recording. I'm talking to live chat with mostly awake live people. West Coast might not be awake yet, but I stream every Monday and pretty much every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, Coffee and Art in the Morning. And yeah, so we're going to finish up the DayDreams page today and maybe work on some bin something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Jean. So, yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I tried to say good morning to everybody before I hit record. I try to do that every show. And if I see you pop in, I'll say hi to you. If you want to talk to me during the show, put it in caps, guys, so I can know that you're talking to me. Otherwise, the chat rolls by pretty darn quickly. Just saying. Okay, so we're going to, Monday we worked in DayDreams, and I will zoom in when we get to coloring. But we worked on this page right here, and I want to try to at least get a big bulk of it done. Okay, why am I getting a sunglass message? I don't sign up for anything with sunglasses. Please tell me I'm not getting spammed on my messages. Okay. Hey, Sue. Okay. Yeah, some new people come in with just anonymous numbers until they change their name. So, hi, Sue. Welcome. Good to have you for the first time here. Sit back and color. Or whatever you do. We do a little bit of everything here. Art, journaling, mixed media, coloring, drawing, painting. We do a little of everything. We try to appeal to everyone at some form, at some time or another. So everybody's welcome. And thanks everybody for being here from around the world. Okay, so we're going to finish this today. We did this much on Monday. All I've done since Monday is, y'all saw me starting to go around the edge with the black. I just finished that with the black pit pen. This is done in acrylic paint. This is color pencil. And if you missed this first part, it's recorded. So we're going to work on this again today. I haven't been able to be on because it's the summer, you know, everybody's there, but she did want to tell you guys all hi. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, she said to tell you all the fibs hello. So I'm passing it on from Annie, and I'm going to use another one of my little trays here. Okay, I froze for a second, guys. I'm going to use I have these little porcelain trays that I use for watercolor. I got another one for my pencil shavings, and anyway, it's just about the right height to hold the book up flat so it doesn't like curve on you guys while I'm coloring it. So I think we'll do that. I think that's all the updates at the moment. We'll probably get mail coming in the next hour, so we'll see if my mailman scanner works this time. Although I stood out there till he got it done. He just had a glitch in it. He had to reprogram it or whatever they do, reset it. And so he got all my mail scanned last Monday, or on Monday, as y'all saw. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm having to stand out here for 5 minutes. Yeah, I know, Grammy, right? Hey, Eileen. Good to see you. Happy hump day to you too, Eileen. Oh, let's see if I can find, where's my hump day? I probably won't be able to put my hands right on hump day. Hump day camel. Let's see if I can find Hump Day Camel. I don't really post it anymore. I used to post it like every Wednesday. Hump Day. But let's see if I can find it. Where are you? No, I'm not putting my hand right on it. Oh well. The Hump Day poster. But good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And hey, Colleen. So yeah, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to zoom in. We're going to work some more on this. And then maybe we'll do, I don't know, something with Ben's studio scraps or something, or another color book page, or maybe both. We'll see how much time we have. Sometimes Joycey streams at 1. Sometimes she doesn't. So, hey, Vicky, how you doing? Vicky was down in Louisiana in the flood. She had to leave her house for a while, but now she's back home. So hopefully, the hump is hiding. That's right, Eileen. So hopefully you're okay, Vicky. I haven't heard, just no power. Oh my gosh, are you on data? Are you here on data, Vicky? Oh my gosh, I hope you have unlimited data. Hope everybody's okay. I know you had some friends that got flooded. Okay, so I guess we'll get started, and I'm sure Vicki and Eileen will update you guys on how they're doing. And I'm glad to see that Eileen's back. Eileen has to keep Terry out of trouble. Do not never have oh, you have a generator. Okay, okay. Still, oh, Vicki. Hopefully they get that. I mean, I hope it dries out as quickly as possible down there. All right, we're going to go ahead. Let me get the camera straightened out, and we're going to zoom in. Oh, the internet, the cable's working. Oh, okay. On the generator. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you guys, we're innovative. I'll tell you. That's for sure. Okay, let's see here. Let's zoom in. I think that's good. Let me autofocus it with the card here. I bumped the camera. It's a little moving a little. Come on. Come on. Just a second, guys. I want it to get focused. It's not one, maybe I'm zoomed in too much. Let me back out one, guys. There we go. All right, I think we're good. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started finishing up our rabbit.